People above 40, how different is your 40s compared to your 30s? Your body starts to require you treat it more gently. You care less about unimportant things. In my case, I've also lost hope, but maybe that's just my situation. I feel the loss of hope. So many things I wanted earlier in life that will never come to fruition. Hope is lost for those things. It hurts immensely. But I still have hope for other things. That's life. I still love it. I feel that. I've come to realize a lot of what I thought I would have probably is never going to happen. And, this is probably it. I just turned 40 a few weeks ago. While I have some adult accomplishments like a good job and a house, other things I thought I'd have or have done by now elude me. Things like being married, maybe having kids, traveling. Well, 20 years in the workforce and the only vacations I've taken have been staycations. Traveling alone feels so lonely, and being single all through my 30s, I'm no closer to being married than I am to going to the moon. The thought of having another 20 to 25 years of ever-increasing loneliness to look forward to is kinda soul-crushing. I don't even have a house, and the job I have is low-paying and dead-end. Least I am employed, I guess. I think my biggest thing is that while I've never wanted kids, I didn't think I would end up alone. I did date someone for 10 years, and he ultimately betrayed me in a way I never fully recovered from. And nobody since then has been interested. I know it's not entirely hopeless, but I'm not hopeful. I only have one local friend and he's kind of a stick in the mud that doesn't like going out. My problem hasn't been so much making bad decisions as it was making none at all. Just being content to roll along. Until on my 40th birthday I realized, oh God, what have I done? Sometimes I feel cornered by the idea that the window for experiencing life is closing. Sometimes I feel wise. Sometimes I feel like ignorance would be blissful. I dunno, man. It's just life in the universe. Welcome to real life. Enjoy your front row seat. No one has ever asked to be here, ever in the existence of humanity. We do have a choice in how we live our lives. Get busy living, or get busy dying. If you get drunk, it takes twice as long to get back to yourself. I had a guy in his mid-20s tell me I'm just not drinking enough water and to try Pedialyte. Man, I know all the tricks and could drink practically as much as I wanted when I was his age too. But he'll find out someday. I swear 27 was the turning point for Maine. I'm 33 now. Every year after 27 just got worse. I don't even drink anymore, lol. I can't justify adding an extra day of hangover. Agreed actually. Somewhere around 27 the decline started. Only for drinking BTW. I can lift more at the gym than ever before and my sleep schedule is the best it's ever been. But going out just ain't it anymore. I'm 43 and still don't get hangovers from big nights out. It's like a kind of useless superpower. Hangover are actually genetic. I have also never had a hangover, and thought it was because I was doing something right, but more likely it's the only good gene I have. In my 40s too, and while I get hangovers, they definitely don't last 2 or 3 days. Maybe they're a bit worse than when I was in my 20s, but not so bad that I feel like I'm dying and will swear off alcohol altogether.
Hi guys, if you like my video, please just subscribe, drop a like and tap the bell, so you won't miss the next video. I'm already working on a new one for you, so see you.
Staying at home has become just as exciting as going out. Sometimes more so. Felt that way since teenage years. Wonder if it will be reversed for me in 40s. I was like you and, at least for me, this has never reversed. I just keep on being an introverted homebody. Do I bestir myself to attend important social occasions and gatherings? Yes, but I always need at least a week of alone time to recover after people ing. For me? Way better. I'm more confident and I say no a lot more. Same. A lot more outgoing now in my 40s and I care so much less about what people think. Having more money also is good, I can travel more. Saying no more often is the best superpower 30s never gave you. At some point in your 40s, your body will announce that it has a new favorite game it likes to play with you, called Guess How Young You're Not. I started cycling at 41. I'm the fittest I've ever been now and my max distance in a day is 206 miles. My body said, under all that neglect I am an absolute unit. I'll take care of it as long as I can. Same, now I'm 42 and I only started going to the gym last year. Really happy with the results, wish I've started it sooner but still real proud of the progress. Also quit drinking, so that's another perk. Keep at it. I'm 47 and I drive my 10-year younger wife nuts by being in infinitely better shape than she is. I lift 3 to 4 times a week and have on and off visible abs and a truly large amount of muscle. Not a bodybuilder by any means, but I sure look swole on the beach. The upside, closing on 50 I have lost no mobility and have none of these, oh, shit I'm old, pains. I'll lift until my last day. These replies are so bleak. In my 30s I was exhausted from raising kids and putting everything else into my career. I was overweight from being sedentary in an office all day and commuting 2+ hours per day. In my early 40s that caught up me, health issues flared up and COVID happened. I got in shape, lost 120 pounds and all my health issues reversed. I got to a point in my career where I could relax more than I used to, been WFH since COVID and use my old commute time to run a 5K every morning, swim 20 laps in summer and lift heavy throughout the day. My 40s have been amazing, easily my best decade yet. I'm with you. 41 and in the best shape of my life. No body aches, still drinking when I want to, and having a blast in life. A lot of these top responses are depressing. Yeah. I came into this thread with no idea how much negativity I'd find. I'm in some of the best shape of my life, and doing higher impact training than I've ever done. My cardio is easily the best it's ever been. Granted, I wasn't much of an athlete when I was younger. 40s are really the make/break point for most people in terms of whether they'll finally get their health together or not. Sad to see so many in this thread going the other way. My 40s were basically identical to my 30s, only better. I'm only 41 turning 42 next March, but this is exactly how it's going so far. I feel like life just gets better with age. Finally. A positive answer. I'm 37 and greatly looking forward to the 40s, but the answers on here were so depressing. Thank you for yours. An overwhelming sense that I've wasted my life and it's too late to do anything with it. Not sure if you are a fan of poetry, but I always go back to James Wright's poem Lying in a Hammock at William Duffy's farm in Pine Island, Minnesota, when the "I have wasted my life" mindset creeps in and it gives me some peace for some weird reason. Over my head, I see the bronze butterfly. Asleep on the black trunk, blowing like a leaf in green shadow. Down the ravine behind the empty house. The cowbells follow one another. Into the distances of the afternoon. To my right, in a field of sunlight between two pines. The droppings of last year's horses blaze up into golden stones. I lean back, as the evening darkens and comes on. A chicken hawk floats over, looking for home. I have wasted my life. I had my kids in my 30s and they didn't sleep through for years, so by comparison I am much better rested now than I was. No issue with aches/pains and energy generally, which I assume is down to a strong and regular yoga practice. But my PMS for the Americans, is atrocious these days. Brain fog, I have to get up most nights to go to the loo and I sometimes find it hard to get back to sleep. Still better than being woken multiple times by the kiddos though, woman shrugging. I do get really nostalgic for parts of my youth sometimes now, and I think that has happened pretty much exclusively since I hit 40. Like something will hit me and I will feel sad for a couple of days that my life is very scheduled and predictable now, not much room for spontaneity or fun. That's more because of life choices. It's important the kids have a stable foundation and routine, but it can feel stifling sometimes. Having said that, I know that when they are grown I will feel nostalgia for this time in our lives. In my 30s I was married with kids and a decent house. Now I'm divorced, only have the kids half the week and live in a tiny house while I pay for this and the house I used to live in. In contrast, not being married means I commit more in work and I've had 6 promotions in 3 years and earn more than ever before and am actually a little more financially comfortable despite paying the extra house payment. My body has all but given up, knees are shot, back is shot, guts are shot. In my 30s, I was too focused on impressing friends and strangers. In my 40s, I have everything I want. Wife, kids, house, etc. So now I get to not give a fuck about what people think of me. I finally realized impressing others is a waste of time. I wear Crocs and hoodies to social events. I'm goofy with my kids in public. It's so freeing to just live carefree from others' opinions. 45, not much. Some more pain, but honestly nothing worth mentioning. Main thing I noticed is I need more sleep and my recovery time from tweaking something went from a week to a month or sometimes many months. I pulled a back muscle sneezing last year and it stuck around for like 5 months. I'm 43. Sometimes I have to pause and actually remember how old I am. When I was 19, an older guy told me your 30s are the real prime of your life. You've got enough money to actually enjoy things, enough experience to know what you like, and you're still young enough to feel alive while doing it. At the time I thought he was full of it. I figured your 20s were the peak, that era where life feels wide open and no one expects much from you. Now I'm 43, stopped working out last year, and every week some new gray hair appears in a place I didn't even know could grow hair. And man, he was right. Your 30s are the sweet spot, the rare intersection of youth, confidence, and capability. You don't realize you're in it until you've already started to slide out the other side. One day you look in the mirror and feel it, that subtle awareness that the roller coaster's crested. You're not falling fast, but the climb is over. You're still yourself, maybe even wiser, but the version that used to turn heads is fading in the rearview. That's not all bad though. The 40s are calmer. You stop chasing and start appreciating. The highs aren't as high, but the lows aren't as low either. Life feels less like a firework and more like a steady candle, warm, grounded, but undeniably finite. Maybe that's the trade-off. In your 30s you live like you'll never die. In your 40s, you finally understand that you will, and somehow, that makes everything feel a little more meaningful. Thanks for this, it really got me thinking. As I work my way through my 30s I can really get the feeling that all of this has an expiration date. But I don't want the fireworks feeling of life to die out. I was just hoping it would evolve somehow instead of being dulled down.